what we call an unbeatable beat, when the beat doesn't lie, period. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, so today I'm finally giving you guys my step-by-step detailed in-depth soft glam, period. Take notes, bring out all your makeup, let's do it together, okay? So the first thing I always start with is skin prep. Skin prep is so important, you guys, because that's what lays the foundation of your base. Starting with this skin needs hydrating mist, just because like to bring back like extra extra moisture to the face. Your skin prep is supposed to be like very glowy, hydrating, so that the makeup sits well on top. Next, I'm going in with my LANEIGE cream skin. Okay, I'm just using this all over my face, just a few drops, and then I pat that into my skin. Guys, you already look so glowy, period. Last thing I will do is I'll take my EUCERIN healing lotion. I love this moisturizer so much. Gives like the glowiest finish. Have a pump. I rub this all over my face, under my eyes. I'm using this FENTY SKIN lip mask, lip sleeping mask. I don't even know. It's a lip mask and it's from FENTY SKIN. I don't know the color. I think it's plush pudding. I'm just using this on my lips. It's so, I feel like it's the perfect pre-makeup lip mask. Lips will be blushers. And you guys, this is what the skin is looking like. So now we have to move on to the actual makeup. Using this e.l.f. Power Grip primer. I love this primer. Technically, primer is still skin prep, but I would say like this is the makeup aspect of it. So just a few dots. I put it like on my nose, on my, just everywhere actually. But I barely put it on my forehead. Like I don't really put it on my forehead because I feel like nothing happens on my forehead. So I'm like, okay, so now we're ready for the actual makeup. To show you guys exactly how I do my no foundation soft glam. So this is even easier. Pay attention. I'm going straight into concealer. So I use the NUBAN BEAUTY in my skin concealer. I've always used this concealer. Like if you see me looking this way, the mirror is this way. That's why I'm looking that way. But I just take like, I put it here under my eyes. When I'm doing like no foundation makeup look, I tend to use more concealer at this step than compared to when I have foundation on. So I kind of shape my nose a little bit as well. And then I always leave a gap here, even though you're going to blend towards the side and blend towards the side. And I always tend to put it on the like ends of my eyes, but always upwards. So it gives my face a more lifted look. Do you understand that? Next thing, I put it like, oopsies, on the sides of my nose, but like on top of my lip. Do you understand? I always leave this gap here because I put bronzer on my lip. I'm just going to leave this to dry and we're going to do our eyebrows. Sometimes I do my eyebrows first. It doesn't really matter. I just use a random spoolie, but I use edge control. Some people use brow gel. I feel like there's no difference. Maybe it's better for your skin. I don't know. I don't care. But I use this like any edge control, honestly. I have. That's what I use on my eyebrows. I have full eyebrows, so I can just kind of like brush up and then flatten it out with my hands. This kind of like removes excess product as well. So I'll just brush up, flatten it out. Then I start to shape it make short strokes along like the shape I want until I feel like they're done. And I like how that looks right now, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Next thing I do is shape my eyebrows, and I'm using this like detailed angled brush. I just take some of the concealer I used before. This is the NUBAN Beauty concealer in shade 046.5. Just take out some of it on a brush and I trace along the bottom of my brow. I kind of bring it from like close to the center of my nose so that like I can match it to this one. I just follow the natural line of my brows. Do the same thing for the other side. So once I shape them, I get a small brush, and this is what I used to struggle with when I first started doing makeup, because I was like, okay, so what am I supposed to do once I like put the concealer? I don't know, I feel like nobody explained that to me. A small brush like this, and I just go back and forth slowly until everything is blended out. So the front parts that I did before, I kind of blend that upwards, then the rest I just go back and forth until I'm good. Okay, so the brows are done. So now it's time to blend out my concealer. It has been sitting for a while, so it's dry. I'll use like either I use this type of brush, but a smaller one. I just can't find mine, so this is like the foundation brush version of that brush, but like it's smaller. I'll just use this flat one, and like the way I blend out my concealer, I kind of do slow tapping motions just to disperse the product a little bit, and then I'll use my beauty blender. Okay, I blend my chin and my mouth area first, like every other place first, and then I blend my under eyes last, because I feel like if I blend my under eyes first, then the rest of the like excess product goes to the other places, and I don't really need like lots of concealer on my forehead or on my chin. Do you understand? So I'll start with my chin, slow tapping motions. Okay, so I look like a clown, but now I blend the dark areas before I go into the middle, upwards and out, but not too far out, because I feel like people make this mistake a lot and they start putting their concealer like here. No, like you just need to blend. I feel like you even cover all of that with bronzer, so just try your best to not go too out. When you let your concealer dry, it's way easier to manipulate and you don't have like color running away from you. Period. So now I'm going to blend in my inner corner. I always blend like outwards. I don't know how to explain that, but like here before I go here. So next you get your beauty blender. I don't know, I don't like when my beauty blender is like wet, so I get like my dry beauty blender. See how it's white and fresh, and then like a setting spray, a fine setting spray, and just spray that twice. Now I'm going to blend the harsh lines. I'm just go over everything and like soak up all the extra product, and you see how everything just looks so much better. Now I'm taking my beauty blender and I'm going to like pinch it and then blend my nose concealer. If you can't do this with like a beauty blender, I suggest you just use a brush, but if you know what you're doing, you can definitely use a beauty blender to do this. I take my beauty blender again and I go over like slightly or lightly dab those areas where I put concealer before. We're not trying to lift the product, we're just trying to like make it less very lightly. You guys don't press it, just lightly dab and I kind of go lighter as I like approach the under eye area. We want to keep the product there. So this is how we're looking now, and the next step now is bronzer. Bronzer is what's going to tie this whole thing together. So let me show you guys. I'll just push my headband back a little bit. I use this CHIRIETA Cosmetics foundation, but like I just use it as my bronzer because I love the undertone. The undertone for this is like perfect for a bronzer. I get a flat brush and I do this in sections. So I take some of this on the brush, put it on like the highest point of my cheek. Like this is directly on my cheekbone. I kind of bring it down a little bit. Just I take some more, do the same thing for the other side, and I kind of keep all my products like very high up because my face is very like, I feel like my face is very short and stubby, so I want to give it like a more structured, snatched, lifted look basically. On like the sides of my forehead, top lip and bottom lip. Then sometimes I'll just like put like the excess on my jaw. I take this dense like angled brush and I just start blending it upwards. I just stamp the product in. I don't really like drag. Do you get? And then I kind of like go over lightly that like the place where we put concealer. I try to like blend out that line as best as possible. Then just take the excess tip of my nose. Get this angled brush and I just stamp the product here. Kind of like just make my motions like stamp, drag a bit, stamp, drag a bit. Not drag, but like stamp downwards. Do you get? And then I just like pat this one here. And then I bring it to like my eyes, my eyelids. I use the brush again on like the sides of my nose just to blend out like the line that was there from the concealer and stuff. I use this Too Faced Born This Way concealer in shade Butterscotch. I love this concealer so much. It's so full coverage. I place it only in my inner corner. Just a little dot here and a little dot there. Letting this concealer dry, and I'm just going to take my blush. I'm using this OMARICODE blush, OMARICODE Flush Fusion blush in shade Rum Plum. I love a good pink blush. I used to be like a red blush girl, but like it's just not the same. I'm sorry. Like, so I'm taking a brush similar to the other one, but this one is kind of more, it's not angled, it's just normal. I just stamp some of the stamp on the product and just apply on my cheek. I feel like you're like a red blush girl till you discover pink blush. Like pink blush is it's just the tea. Like it changes the entire look, elevates it. Red blush is just not that girl. I'm sorry. I kind of blend this under my eyes as well. I kind of drag the product under my eyes. No, so I put like a little bit here, and then on the bridge of my nose, like right here, just lightly, because I don't want it to look too pink. Right, the flat brush I used before, and we're just going to lightly dab our concealer. And this time we're not going to move the product, like we're just going to dab it here. So if you notice, it's not really blended. I didn't really blend it out. I kind of just spread it out to exactly where I want it to be. So I'm going to let it dry for a little bit longer, and then I'll come back and finish blending. Now that we've let that dry a little bit, I'm going to use my beauty blender again and just blend that in. So now we're going to turn over our beauty blender to like the clean side. I'm just going to blend everything together. Okay, can you see how that looks so much better and like much more seamless, period. Now I'm going to take like just a random brush. First of all, I'm just going to like blend over everything under my eyes, but I just want it to look like one thing. Do you get? So, but I don't blend here and here, like the bronzer I put here and the bronzer I put here. So now I'm going to spray my face with my e.l.f. Paragraph Grip Setting Spray. I always get now lines. So what I started doing that's like makes so much sense and it makes such a difference. It's like, first of all, I'll and I always do this with like when it's just the liquid product first, because I feel like after powder, like powder would have set everything in already. Do you get? So I always do this like when I'm still at the point of liquids. So now time for setting powder, and I use this Laura Mercier. I use two setting powders actually. I use this Laura Mercier one and this Huda Beauty one. So first I use the Laura Mercier because I don't know why, I feel like it looks better when I mix than when I use only my Huda. I don't know why, but I don't know if I'm tripping, but that's just how I feel. See my powder puff, she's so cute. You guys, this is like the most important step now, setting your base, because this can basically ruin everything that you've done before. I take some on my powder puff and then I dust some of it on the back of my hand, because you want to get it as even as possible so that it doesn't look patchy. Also wait for your face to dry from the setting spray before you do this, because if not, obviously it's going to lift off the product. So starting under my eyes, if it's not enough you can take more, just don't take like, just don't bake basically. I haven't took too much there, if you can see. Same thing for the other side. I kind of bring it to my eyelids as well, because you know we put concealer before. Take some more. Then we're just going to place this on our chin. And every other place we put concealer. Then I just take like the rest of the excess on my hand and then I put it everywhere else, like just the random places. It doesn't really have to be perfect anymore. I love that setting powder, you guys. Like, if you genuinely, I know that Laura Mercier is obviously expensive, but like if you don't, Huda Beauty is more expensive. I think last time I bought my Laura Mercier shot, it was like 50k, and then my Huda Beauty was like 80 something k. So if you don't want to spend that much on a setting powder, Laura Mercier is like a very good one. I use the Laura Mercier in shade Translucent and my Huda Beauty is in shade Banana Bread. So we're going to take our powder palette. You guys, I've used this powder palette. This is the first like when I first bought makeup, like, oh, let me start learning how to do makeup, I bought this powder palette and they suggested it to me, and I love this. That's why it's so rugged. And I'm going to take like a fluffy brush, but kind of a pointy fluffy brush. I'm just going to take this suede shade. It's like a reddish brown shade. I'm just going to set my bronzer, just like dust it on my nose as well. Like, I don't really, so I mix these two. I'm trying not to turn it over because that's broken, but I mix those two, mostly pebble actually, because that's like closer to my shade. I just stamp it everywhere else. Okay, so now we're done with like the complexion, and if you can see, like the color is back to normal. You're trying to get like your actual shade. You don't want to look scary or anything, but you get. I'm kind of taking this detailed brush to go back again. Okay, so now I'm going to take my blush that I used before on a brush, and this is like a cream blush. So like this particular blush I love because you can use it on top of powder and it looks amazing on top of powder. Cute, very demure, very cutesy. This is the final powder part. Now I'm going to use my Huda Beauty, and like I like to do this last because I feel like it just makes everything blend together so beautifully. Take some of it, and this powder is so pigmented, you guys, so, and it's so fine, so you actually have to dust it a lot. I'm just going to do under the eyes. I put like a larger amount of powder this time, but like I'm blending everything in immediately. I'm going back with my brush I used before and just cleaning everything up. And you can take more of like your complexion powder if you need to. Just depends on you. You might think that this is a lot of powder, but it will never look cakey just because of my method, period. That's why I have to follow closely. That's how you get your makeup to look like a filter, literally. And I feel like I only use this much powder when I don't have foundation on. Okay, so that's the base. Now I'm just going to use my setting spray. I usually use my Charlotte Tilbury or my e.l.f., but my Charlotte Tilbury is like, it makes the makeup stick, and like I'm about to take this makeup off, so I don't really need that. So my e.l.f., drench my face. Okay, so now I'm going to do my eyeliner, like my waterline. This is kind of like a trickier process, so I'm just going to sharpen my eye pencil, look down. This is how I do. I just go back and forth. And then I try to close my eyes so that I can get the top as well. Same thing for the other side. Try not to cry. Oh, something got in my eye. Because this is like a soft glam look, I'm not really trying too hard. I'm just going to use like fluffy brush and any brown shade here. Just going to like dust it on my eyelid. You don't really have to be too precise because it's really not that deep. Perfect. Now we're just going to do this. I'm going to like kind of create a wing, and you can use a pencil for this because I like when I'm doing like a very short wing, I prefer a pencil compared to like a liquid liner, because I don't know, when I have liquid liner in my hand I just tend to overdo it. And I always do my inner corner because I feel like it makes me look so much better. I lightly drag it in here, just lightly drag, lightly drag, lightly drag. This is kind of like extra hard to explain, but just watch what I'm doing. I just use any random mascara. I don't really like, I don't know, I've not really ever been shocked by mascara to the point where like, oh my god, I need that. So just mascara on the lids. I kind of roll the mascara to get like maximum product. Roll, and then just apply mascara. No mascara. I always do like bottom lashes because I feel like it just looks, I don't know, I like bottom lashes. We're basically done. I just have to do my lips and my beauty spots. So I'm using a brown liner. First of all, I have to clean my lips. I love this process of like cleaning my lips after all the makeup is on it. See, now the lips are pink and plump. So brown liner, I'm just going to line our lips. I don't overline too much, I just overline slightly because I feel like on my lips, my lip shape, overlining can look crazy like if I don't do it right. You guys, I love this like liner, and it's so hard for me to find like a good liner that's actually good. I feel like I'm not even that dark skinned, but maybe because I'm always buying like random, but I'm not even dark skinned, like I'm brown, but I'm all the like liners I find they're either like too light or like too red. I just like, this is like the only brown liner I found that's like brown, and see how short it is now, like because I basically use it every day, and now like it's so finished and I don't know how I feel about that. So if you guys know any good like brown lip liners, please recommend. I might be willing to spend a little money on it. This is my favorite lip combo, a signature nude. I love this lip gloss. It's from CHIRIETA Cosmetics. Just show you guys. It's this like nude. I feel like it's the perfect nude shade. Like it is not too nude but not too pink as well. It's in shade carton. Like I love this gloss. I don't do too much with it either. Just there's a few dots here. You guys can say whatever you want to say about absolutes, but when I tell you, like when it comes to a lip combo, absolute can never do you wrong because it's so thick. That's the thing, it's so thick, so like it makes the lip combo stay much longer. Simple arithmetics. And once you put gloss on top, like the lip combo just comes alive. For real. I'm almost done. Now I just have to do the final thing, which is my eyeliner, like my beauty spots. This is my favorite thing, by the way. So how I pick, I feel like this is such an important part because you have to pick. I pick personally, I pick my beauty spots positioning based on the makeup look. So I'll look at my face and be like, what's it giving? Here. That's great. Okay, I'll just do one here on my chin. Very good. And now fixing spray, final parts. I just douse my face in this. Okay. And that's basically all I do. Like So you guys, we finally come to the end of this video. This is what the beat looks like. I feel like we ate, like we actually did our thing. You guys should obviously like, comment, let me know if you tried this, let me know if it worked for you. If you try it, obviously you guys should tag me, let me know, let me see, send me pictures, like, and I'll see you guys next time.